They just love how quiet a forest is, how peaceful. Apart from him. And when that thing starts up, it ain't so quiet. But that isn't happening right now, because today I want to talk to you about living with a BMW. Now that may seem a little bit of a strange video to make, but the reason I'm making it is because someone on my review video of this bike, I think it was, said, I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, the comment was fine, but it was just something along the lines of typical BMW owner, doesn't talk about how much it costs to live with a bike, and how much all the extras are, i.e. panniers, top box and all that sort of stuff. So I thought I'd make a video about it. What I'm going to start off with is how much it costs to buy this bike completely and utterly standard. I'll put a picture up on the top corner somewhere of a standard, what this bike would look like if you bought it from a showroom to begin with. So to buy a completely and utterly standard XR, it's going to cost you around about £16,500. That's not precise. Obviously some dealers have offers on, some dealers may be cheaper. You might go on second hand, a lot cheaper than that, but if you're going to buy a brand new one, you're looking around about the £16,000 mark ish. Bearing in mind that you cannot buy a non-TE version in the UK. In other countries you can. I don't know why the UK doesn't do a non-TE version, but also I don't really know why you want a non-TE version, because it gives you all your toys, and you can get a non-TE version. But if you want one of them, you have to basically request it from the dealership. They make it, send it over to you, and you got a non-TE version. Save a bit of money, but I'm not really sure why you do that, to be honest. So if you've been following my channel for a while, you know I've taken this bike to have it serviced. The intervals for this bike for servicing, you're looking at 7,000 miles every 7,000 miles, or every year, depending on which comes first. I can't remember exactly how much it was. I'm pretty sure I paid about £300 for a service on this bike at 7,000 miles, which, to be fair, I don't think it was actually that bad. Considering it's BMW, everyone says, you know, BMW prices are through the roof. I think for full service on this was £300. You do have the 18,000 mile service, which is the big one, all your valves and all your timing and all that sort of stuff. I've seen different prices. Generally the price is around about £800 ish. I mean, I know some places will do it cheaper, but BMW have quoted me, I think it was 860 quid, I think it was, to do the full big service on this bike, 18,000 miles, which is a bit of a hard pill to swallow, but it's one of them things. If you want the bike to be in tip-top engine condition, then I suppose you have to have it done. But yeah, that's 18,000 miles. This bike's just done 10,000 miles, so I've got another 8,000. Will I have it in another 8,000 miles? Who knows? But let's not save my pennies for that, I suppose. So, running costs of the bike. If I fill this bike up, brim it right to the full of the tank, I'll get roughly 200 miles per tank. Obviously, that's going to cost you around, depending on where you're buying your fuel from, obviously, you're probably looking £36 ish to fill up the tank from empty. I mean, for this style bike, for this engine, I don't think 200 miles is actually that bad. I know some people are getting way less than that. That could be the way they're riding. Some would say it's the way it's supposed to be ridden. I don't really know. You know, I ride it in the way that I feel comfortable riding it. I enjoy the bike. I don't pussyfoot around it, but I also don't feel the need to have it on its ragged edge all the time. But yeah, I mean, generally, I mean, I've been on tour with it. It was doing around about 200 miles per tank. So yeah, so I don't think that's too bad, really, 200 miles. Now, tyres for this bike, I've got the Michelin Road 5s. I think they're absolutely brilliant tyres. I've had no issues with them whatsoever. The bike has never skipped out. The traction control's never kicked in. I'm really impressed with these tyres. I know tyres are very much a personal thing. But yeah, I mean, Road 5s, I still had to do a review on the Road 5s after I had them a little while. Annoyingly, I did have to replace the back one. I got a nail straight through the middle of it. Yeah, I mean, it was, some people say it was repairable. I phoned up the place, I got the tyres fitted. and they're saying they won't repair tyres anymore just because of constructor tyres and all that. They just won't repair anymore. They just get it replaced. If I'm completely honest, I don't like the idea of just plugging a tyre. Everyone's different. I know you may think, well, there's nothing wrong with plugging a tyre, absolutely fine, but personally, a safety kind of thing, I won't plug tyres. If you know, I'll plug it just to get me to a place where I can replace a tyre. But yeah, I mean, it's a tyre. It's about the only thing that's holding you to the ground. So I'd prefer not to have a plug in it. But there you go. Yeah, Road 5s. If you think about getting some decent tyres for your bike, can't suggest Road 5s enough. Road 6s, I've heard they're amazing as well, but Road 5s are a little bit cheaper now because the Road 6s are out. So have a look around. Now I know BMW bikes have a little bit of a reliability issue. I mean, you read it all the time, especially GSs, because there's so many GSs on the road, you're going to have problems. And people are going to whinge about it. People, you never hear the good things about bikes. People always whinge about the bad things. Oh, it's always breaking down, there's this breaking, that's breaking. But, you know, if you had 10 bikes, that may be the case for like maybe 1 or 2 of them. The others, you'll never hear anything about them because there's nothing to moan about. But that can be for any bike. That can be for any model. I mean, you know, in my head, Ducatis are not reliable. I know they probably are now. They're probably brilliant bikes, but just because of past issues they used to have, they were known as unreliable bikes. It's not something that I'm interested in buying. I wouldn't necessarily go for Ducatis. I went for a BMW. I know it had. I know there's people say there was issues with it. I've had this bike for over a year now, and it has not missed a beat. It has been absolutely brilliant. The only thing I could possibly whinge about at the moment is the plastics. The plastics on this bike do fade quite quickly. I mean, I clean this bike all the time. I'm always cleaning it. But the black plastics, they sort of tend to fade quite quickly, which is a bit of a shame. But if I have found, if you use, I believe it's Auto Glim trim gel, that stuff is absolutely brilliant. Brings your plastic up brilliantly. I mean, I cleaned this bike a long while ago and the plastics are still looking absolutely mint. I have been told the new Oxford mint range they do is very, very good, so I might look at that. But yeah, plastics in general with the BMW do seem to be a bit of a letdown, how they fade so quickly, but that's easily rectifiable, so I wouldn't really say it's much of an issue. Oh. I've already dropped it once. It cost me a fortune. I don't have to do that again. But yeah, it's on the centre stand, so we're good. Anyway, let's get down to the nitty gritty then, shall we? That's what we're going to do. We're heading now. Top box and panniers. Now, they are all genuine BMW. I ordered the panniers and the top box when I bought this bike because it didn't come with it. Everything on this bike is BMW, from BMW. They're all genuine BMW products, other than my screen, my extended handguards, oh, and obviously my bar end weights that I recently done a video on. Other than that, everything is BMW issue. Oh, and the RNG crash bungs, obviously not BMW. But I promise you, everything else is BMW. Except the tank bag, that's not. Anyway, panniers and top box. Yeah, I ordered these from BMW when I bought the bike. I'm not going to lie, they're not cheap. I'm going to get to my phone because I've got the details on my phone there. Because I can't remember exactly how much it was now. So, we'll start with the panniers. Each pannier is 31 litres. Obviously, you can request this to be a different colour. I mean, if you have the triple black version, you can get them in black. If you have the M Sport, the white colour bike, get them in white. Obviously, I chose the red to go with the red bike. Obviously. Yeah, so they're 31 litres each. The 2 panniers cost me £945. This particular top box is a 30 litre top box. You will fit 1 helmet and pretty much nothing else in it. That is a little bit frustrating. I did want it to be a little bit bigger. I mean, my last bike I had was a Versus, and I could pretty much fit 2 full helmets in that top box. So Yeah, this is quite a small top box. I did think that actually when the bike turned up, you know, it turned up with the panniers and the top box already fitted to it. You can get a larger top box, which is 49 litre top. Obviously that's a little bit more expensive. This particular top box is £451. The 49 litre top box is £709. So I mean, yeah, I mean I've got 92 litres worth of luggage. You could up that to 111 litres of luggage with obviously the bigger top box, but obviously more money. So oh, and also this top box doesn't come with this backrest. That's extra. Obviously it's BMW. That cost me, oh, can't believe that cost me 50 quid because my wife said she was coming back of the bike, so I purposely bought a backrest for her. Yeah, that's never happened, and she has no intention of coming on the back of the bike, so it's 50 quid I could have saved, but unless it's on there now. So obviously when you buy a standard XR, you won't get all these carbon bits. They're optional extras, as most things are BMW. I have priced up to get the both side fairings, the front mud guard and the rear mud guard. To buy all that from BMW is going to cost you £2,500. Yes, that was £2,500 just for these carbon parts to put on this bike. So whoever bought this bike before me has done me a right favour, because I really like them. Admittedly I have replaced this one already, but shush, yeah, I really like it, and I think it makes the bike look proper smart. So yeah, save me, well, sort of save me £2,500, but they didn't. They saved me £2,000 because I had to replace that one. But yeah, anyway, also comes with the gold M Sport chain that you've probably seen in the review video anyway. To get that chain will cost you £245 for the gold M Sport chain. Like I say, they say it's maintenance free or minimum maintenance or whatever you call it. I don't know. I wouldn't pay £250 for a chain just because they say that. I'm still going to oil it. I still look after it. So I don't know. I just think that's a bit of a waste of money. But yeah, £245. So things that aren't BMW, obviously my handguard extenders and the touring screen. So the touring screen is an MRA touring screen. That set me back £130, but it is well worth it. And the hand extenders, they set me back £15 for the two. So yeah, I don't think they're really that bad. They're not BMW, of course they're not that bad, but yeah, they do make a big difference. I would highly recommend getting some handguard extenders. You can get them for the GS and the XR, probably the X900 XR as well, and a few other bikes. Just have a look around, but yeah, I definitely would recommend getting them. They make a massive difference. That being said, I am taking them off in the summer because they do such a good job. You don't get any wind around your hands to cool your hands down in the sun, which is really, really hot. So yeah, they're coming off, and I'm just going to keep the standard handguards for summer. And the screen's being changed for a smaller screen in the summer because, again, it does such a good job. I need a smaller screen to get some wind blast around me to cool me down. So yeah, it's one of them things, but I've got it all at home ready to go. So just wait for the summer now. So as you well know, if you've been following the channel for a while, the bike comes with a aqua exhaust. Again, that's an optional extra. You can have it on the bike when you buy it and have it fitted and all that sort of stuff. Do I think it's worth it compared to the standard exhaust? Probably not. But if you remove your servo like I have, there's a video on my channel for that, then that exhaust comes alive. It's just amazing, and I absolutely love it. And to be honest with you, I actually really like the Acro now. After all the whinging and moaning I've done, it fits underneath the pannier nicely. It looks nice without the panniers on it. It sounds good now. So yeah, but that is going to set you back an extra £900 just for this slip-on. It's not nothing else, just that bit there. £900 just for that bit. So yeah, it's obviously not cheap, but does look good. So guys, with all the bits I've spoken about today, all the extra bits is going to cost you £5,234 to have the bike, to buy all these extra bits I'll put on the bike. if you wanted the bike kitted out fully spec'd exactly like this, with obviously all the added extras on, it will cost you £21,734 to go from a standard XR to fully kitted out like this one is. It's a lot of money. BMWs do sting you for your panniers, for your top boxes and stuff like that. So my recommendation would be, if you're not hung up on like me having the genuine BMW stuff that fits properly and it goes the way it is, then look at other options. I mean, Shard do some luggage for this bike. I'm sure Givy will as well. So definitely look around. But yeah, it's BMW. What do you expect? I don't know what else to say. It's not cheap. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching the video. I hope it has been helpful for you, to give you an idea of how much it will cost to bling your bike up and how much it will cost to run the bike. If you have any questions I can answer, then please by all means put them in the comments and let me know. Yeah, they will do the tool. If you've got any questions, like I say, put them in the comments, let me know, and I will try and answer them for you. Anyway, I'm going to go home now and clean the bike, give the chain a good clean and lube up, because I don't care, it's an M joints chain, it's going to be done. Anyway, thank you much.